So I wasn't planning on making a video, but maybe I'll make a video. So today we're going to be replacing a speedometer cable in a 1989 Jeep Cherokee because this one stopped working. Occasionally I would get like some flutters from the Speedo, like you'd see it kind of flicker up and down, or when you're driving at low speed you'll see it kind of bounce a little bit between like 15 and 25. It'll kind of bounce, and then as you get faster it smooths out. So that could be when it's starting to wear out, but now this, like, if you're going 50 and you hit a bump, it'll flip for a second and then go back down. So we got a new speedometer cable here. I don't know where the box is. I got it off Rock Auto like a year ago. I think the brand was ATP. But this has got a little collar on it. So when you push it in, the collar will kind of engage these little fingers and grab onto the back of this guy. Kind of jumping around here. But I want to show you what I found first. Let me get on my old man stool. So down in here, you can't see shit because it's dark. Let me fix that. You'll notice that the speedometer cable here looks like it's a little burned up. So I'm wondering if it got too close to the exhaust, and because of that, the coating went bad and then the cable went bad. I don't know. But yeah, that cable goes in through here, and it obviously runs down underneath the vehicle back to your transfer case. So it'll follow up in here to here. So this is the other end of the cable. It's just a square drive with a nut on it, and that's right up there, back of the transfer case. So I just used an adjustable wrench to pull that off. And it's important to do this side first and give some slack. The only way that you're going to get this guy out is with slack, because the cable has to come out with this. If you've never taken this out before, this cover has to come off. There's 4 screws, top and the sides. You're going to have to wiggle it over the steering column. It sucks ass. This is held in with 6 screws. Mine, I'm missing a broken tab there, but after that's pulled, you can start to sneak this forward, and it will sneak forward as long as your speedometer cable slides through the dash. If it does not, maybe try a little lube or something, or try to push it in through the other side, but this has to slide in order for this to come out. You've got 2 cables. They have little pinch connectors on either end. They're a pain in the ass to get out. This one's pretty easy because you can actually get to the top. This one is friggin' impossible. Maybe if I move the bulb, I can get the pressure in there to actually push that down, but I can't get the top one out. But anyway, this guy, we just squeeze this little finger and it'll pull right out. Real easy. Slightly different design, but I already checked. This one does fit from what I can tell, so we should be okay. We have to remove it the rest of the way, so I got to try to pry the grommet out of the firewall, which is going to be a bitch trying to get down there and get it out, but that part has to come out of the vehicle. Okay, so I finally wrestled it out, and our new one is a good 16 inches longer than the old one. I'm not really sure what the deal is with that, but it should still work. We're just going to have to get a little bit more creative with how we route the thing so it doesn't touch anything moving or hot or potentially cutting into it. So I'm going to try to fish this thing back through and see if we can't make it look pretty somehow. Alright, so we have the new cable fished through. It is way the hell back there in that little hole. And I think we got to get it to fit through this hole. That's going to suck. So I don't know how possible it is to reach up under there. Give this thing a little fucking gynecologist treatment. Yeah, I'm gonna have to crawl underneath there, but you can see me wiggling it, but it will take the proper guidance to send it home, so I'm gonna do that now. Okay, so if you did it correctly, you should be looking at something kind of like that. So I pulled the cable out of here so that I can make sure it definitely interfaces, and if I go back here and spin it, we get a little boop. Cool. Alright, so now we take this thing, slide it in. Might need 2 hands for this, but you see the fingers just went over. And then this little thing just goes over that. There's 2 clicks. Should be 2 clicks. Alright. Might need a second pair of hands, but I'm pretty sure there should be 2 clicks, and then you definitely know you're locked in there. But anyway, that's this end, and then just make sure to push the rubber grommet through so that you're sealed back up on that. Alright, this has been by far the hardest step, is trying to get this stupid frickin' grommet in here. So what I'm trying is this string trick that I might have seen online. So I have it wrapped all the way around inside the lip. And what I'm going to do is try to seat it as best I can. Then from the inside, pull the string out. They're like circular, and see if that seats it or not. I don't know, man. Just think the hole's the wrong size. Got a little WD-40 on there too, so we'll see if it don't go in. But man, this thing's a bitch. Okay, so I gave up. I broke the seal on the damn thing, trying to push it through. And yeah, it went all the way through when it finally did move with some WD-40. So I cut the old one off the old cable, like just a slit down the one end, and then slipped it over and pushed it through. So old grommet in place, done. Now when we route this, we need to be very careful that it stays away from the exhaust, because right now it's all up in that bad boy. So when we go underneath, we're going to try to route it to stay away from the exhaust, ideally closer to like above the transmission. But now, since we're basically at our last point, I'm going to show you something that I'm going to deem appropriate, but the government might not. I'm going to make sure my speedometer matches what it was before it stopped working. So we are at 195, 595, and with my nice little REM here, I've been keeping track of the mileage, while the speedometer has not. So if we go, this is a slightly older update, we go to diagnose, we go to pages, we go to trip history, and we go to the mode over here. The history of this is 32 miles, and I've been resetting it, so I should probably add an actual odometer mode in here, but this has been the history so far, but I've been keeping track of it. So we need to hit 741. 195, 741. Got to run this in reverse to go forward. Just very lightly. I'm not trying to squeeze, like to break the square drive on this. But we just go in reverse. And this thing should spin. Woohoo! Baby, look at her go! Yeah! My DeWalt does 85. How about yours? Alright, we're going to be here for a while. Oh boy. We'll be right back. Okay, so I just did the math here, and at this DeWalt doing on 3rd gear speed, it's about 39-40 seconds a mile, and we got like 200 some miles to go. It would take us an hour and a half to bring up the speedometer in this fashion. I don't think I'm going to run it that long, but yeah, just thought you'd like to know in case you wanted to try this yourself. You'd be here for a very long time. So step 2, just finger it yourself. The decimal point you can just click by hand. Just a little ratcheting mechanism, so you can go up, but you can't go down. I mean, there's other ways to go down, but I'm not gonna tell you how to do it. Anyway, let's get to 741. Woo, baby, we are flying. See you in a couple minutes. Okay, so it's really hard to see up in here, but I tied the speedometer cable to the throttle cable, I think, or something. Yeah, anyway, I made sure to tie this away from the exhaust so that it doesn't melt like it did last time. And then I have it tucked up here somewhere. It's kind of hard to show you because I tucked it really well. But yeah, it's pushed up on top of the transmission and transfer case, so it kind of runs like an S-curve back over to here. I may add a second zip tie on this side so it doesn't fall on the linkages or the drive shaft or anything like that. But she's out of the way, so I'm going to take it on a test drive, see if it falls, rattles, shakes, or if everything just works. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, you can see it a little better here. It runs up through there and, you know, away from hot and spinny things. But this one is a finger tight nut thingy. It's not like a regular nut like the old-fashioned one was. So she's on there, finger tight, I guess. Okay, here we go. That should do it. Well, we got the littlest bit of weeble wobble, but she's working again. Woohoo! REM showing the same. Very nice, very nice.